Hard ladies. Welcome back to another episode of Mari.Trilogy. Today, Enid Lorenzo is with us today, and we have a very powerful podcast for you with Mr. Mario Murgado, President and CEO of Murgado Automotive Group. And we will be talking about the American dream. Thank you, Mario, for being here today with us and for your time.
Thank you, Mari. Thank you very much.
We're so excited. We are so excited.
This is going to be phenomenal. Before we dive into your incredible story, let's start at the beginning. Who is Mario Murgado today?
Well, Mario Murgado today, I would tell you, is a 63-year-old man that has learned through life and learned through this history and is always a student of history. To every day I wake up, do the best that I possibly can in this world. Every day when I wake up, still be the best father. Every day when I wake up, be the best son, best husband, and a leader. And when I define leadership in a way that I can teach. I think today my role is more than anything. I think life is a mountain. You've climbed the mountain, and now we're on our way down a little bit. So try to figure out how to hold the brakes. And the best way to that is pass along your wisdom, pass along your experiences, and make life better for the next generation.
Thank you for that. So let's dive in. Let's begin with your immigration journey to the United States. Can you share what was like coming to the U.S. from Cuba as a child? And what do you remember most about those early days?
Well, thank you. Thank you for asking. I've shared it with many, and many know, but I'm happy to share with you. First of all, I'd like to take you back. I want to tell you that my father's name is Bienvenido, and my mother's name was America.
So look at that.
That's true.
So it's kind of destined to be in America. But really, more importantly, that I think I learned an early lesson. I learned a lesson from my father and mother, how being a unit and how being together, and about having a goal and about being focused, how well it work. So they visited our home. My father, every day when he got home, I was always with him. And he would go visit each and every person who was solicited and had the opportunity to go. And he would always ask, what did they ask for? What did they request? Mm-hmm. So he would get whatever documents. So he would not be turned down. And we would do that. And we had 4 file cabinets in our living room. And we had a very quaint, small little living room. But he had all cabinets there to have any document they would ask. He would want it to be prepared. So they gave my mother exit. And they gave me exit. But they didn't give my sister. My sister was 6 months old. What mother can leave a 6-month-old? You're still nursing, everything else. So my father and mother immediately said, not a problem. And this is like at noon, 1 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, I was on a plane, ready to come.
Wow.
Oh, so you came alone?
Yes, I was here 5 days for my 4th birthday. I was blessed. And I always tell people, living in this great country, I am blessed and grateful for it. Mm-hmm. And you never can forget that. But I was blessed coming here, and I had someone that was very, very special, that was friends of family, and it took care of me. And soon I was reunited with my mom, my sister.
How long? 6 months, a year?
No, it was, I think, less than that, about 4 months.
That's still a long time for a 4-year.
Yeah, sure. That first 9th year.
Well, must have been.
It's a very different. It's a first night that you're never with your parents anymore. And I can think about today, I would say, how a kid might cry when he goes to school for the first day, how a kid might cry on his first night that he's sleeping out somewhere else on it. So I have all those things. But I was blessed to run into people that I've run into my life, many people that have been my mentors without them even knowing they're mentors. But I had a gentleman who was from the military, and he was a Navy gentleman, and he said something simple to me. He said to me, with every night comes day. So that's how 24 hours works. So no matter what.
How bad it can be.
And that way, I'm always up before the sunrise. Almost always I'm up before sunrise, because I always want to have my light, and I don't want no one to take my light. And I want to get every piece of my light.
Right.
And at night, I don't have a problem, so I stay working still, because I get to do a lot of things and accomplish a lot of things at night and in the late evenings as well. So I learned that from him. I learned from him also lighthouses. He says lighthouses have always brought sailors home, and you'll bring your parents as well. And that served always as a foundational, concrete meaning for me, something very profound, very deep. And till this day, the lighthouse is my personal logo that I use also as well.
Right.
Is there a particular lighthouse in the United
know,
States that I don't want to.
Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I really love all the lighthouses. It's the meaning of the light.
I know.
It's the meaning of the light, how it can bring and steer people home and to safe harbor.
Right.
So for me, it's always there. I've seen many different lighthouses that have been beautiful. One local one that we have is our Key Biscayne. Another local one
Yes.
in Jupiter. Two beautiful lighthouses that we have. Other one in St. Augustine.
I was going to say, that is
So
beautiful.
we're blessed to have many beautiful ones also as well.
Thank you for that. That's amazing. What values did your family instill in you that shaped your path toward success?
You know, I think there are a multitude of them. I think early on, I'll give you things that they turn into value, but I think they're concrete and profound in me that I try to share with them. The first one is obviously character and integrity. And sometimes we take it for granted, but when your parents instill that on a consistent basis with you, it becomes part of who you are in your life.
Yes.
The second part about that was really perseverance. So if you have character, you have integrity, and you add perseverance on it, you're going to like later on to be relentless. So all those are part of my value system. But more importantly than that, I think the desire to never give up, the desire to be grateful, the desire to be respectful, the desire to collaborate, were all things that were taught to us. Whether it be how they had a family friend or how they had a friend that they just met and they invited them to the home, how they took care of it, how they did certain things. All of us as Cubans, I think we can laugh when we go back to the 60s. We all had a French provincial,
Yes.
a living room
Yes.
set
Yes.
with plastic cover on.
Oh,
to
yes.
protect it.
Oh, yes.
And then
The
we were
plastic.
and,
how
and,
could
and
we
then we
forget?
and then we were never allowed to go
To
in the living room.
sit, to sit there.
Just sit on it.
only for guests. And as we had a dining room, it was only for guests also.
That's right.
So all those things, I think in that always what it did is it said, you know what, let's make it special for people. And I
Right.
think that's what our mothers did. I think that's what our mothers pushed for. That's what our parents did. And I think those are all values that they place in me. Going to school, my father said, I have my job, your job is school. I never missed a day of school between kindergarten and 11th grade. Never missed a day. And if he said to me, I said to him, I said, I'm sick. I'm really sick. I got a terrible cold. Are you dying? That's simple. And I said, no, okay, it's all right. You win. Let us go. And then, another time I tried to make him guilty. I said, I'm going to get people sick because I'm this.
Oh,
And he had such a wit about him. And he said, they're not my kids. Okay, let us go. And I don't
Well,
and I don't think anything for bad, but I think it was to instill the character inside that you have to be driven, that you have to work hard, that you have to appreciate, and always gratitude to live in this country.
Yeah, well, I had the pleasure of meeting both your mom and your dad many years ago, and I know that you took care of them until their last days. And they were incredible, amazing people, very from humble beginnings, but they were that warmth and welcome personality, from the first day I met them. So let's talk a little bit about your first steps in America. What challenges did you and your family face when you first arrived, and how did those experiences motivate you?
I saw early on great things of the way my father would look at things. Again, I had the pleasure always that my father treated me as a man, being a young boy with him. So I traveled everywhere with him and stuff like that. So when he got here, we were only 2 days in Miami. Those 2 days in Miami, they had asked him, what do you know? So he was an architect in Cuba. So at that time they said, well, to be an architect, you have to go get your license and you got to go back to school. So he said, well, I got to feed the kids. So how do I do that? And so then they offered him a job in Alaska.
in Alaska.
Yeah,
Wow.
in 1968, they were offering huge dollars, $10.65 an hour to go work. That's a lot of money back then.
Yes, it was.
And it was to go because they were just starting the Alaskan pipeline.
Oh,
And my dad struggled and physically struggled with that. And he said to them, he goes, you know what, I can't do that. I only know my geography up to Canada. So they said automatically Chicago. So I always told Dad they gave you a 1-2. They gave you so hard that whatever they gave you next. But this country was great. So we ended up in Chicago. They flew us. They did things I guess that would be similar to what an unemployment office would do. And they gave him a job, and he started working at Zenith, factory Zenith, where they built
TVs.
and color TVs at that time, and starting to work there. We did live, I think, in a hard place. We lived in Cabrini Green, when we got there, Caribbean Green was the projects. And they were the worst projects. It was a great experiment that really turned out bad. Those projects have been torn down and done. But I never can forget that. I never can forget the things there. And you run into a lot of problems and a lot of hardships that you have in that aspect. But those make you better. Those make
Of
those
course,
make you
stronger.
I remember us moving within about 3 months. I remember us buying our first car. Bought a car for $50. Bought a Chevy Impala black, with black inside for $50. Didn't have
That's
a heater.
impressive.
Didn't have a heater. My father. So then he took me to the junkyard. They said we're gonna go buy
A
at a
heater.
junkyard a heater and then install it himself. So a lot of little things that all throughout your life. And if we go back to that first question, one of the biggest things that a parent can do is give unconditional love for their children. And with unconditional love came confidence. Giving those two things and then give them for discipline to go to school and do well. And the world's his. The world's yours.
That is so true. And very wise words.
Of course. What was the turning point that transformed your career from just a job to building one of the most automatic boats in the country?
Thank you. So first of all, I'm still building, and I still want to grow.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's about the desire you got to have and the vision you want to have. So I took a look at a long time ago in 1999. I read an article, and you learn from everything. That article was Newsweek. The article in Newsweek said growing demographics in America, and that was Hispanics, and saying 2040, 2045, it will be the majority. So I took a look at that, and it really set in. And then I said, let me go test this, and let me go test it out with different people, with different things. And everything showed that it was pretty right from a directional standpoint. Obviously, you can't forecast 45 years later, 50 years later, but directionally it was well. So I said, let me go do that. And I worked for someone that I'm always proud of. I made my career there. I started my career there, and that was the Brandon organization. And I'm forever grateful to do that, and grateful to have the opportunity to go learn there. Grateful to have the opportunity to go lead there. So for that, I'm grateful eternally. But then when I had the opportunity for myself, I said, let's start. And from day one, we started with our first store, which is Brickell, at Brickell Honda, a store that was only selling 16 cars a month. We bought a GMC Pontiac store. It was only selling 6 cars a month. That today do incredibly well, those two stores. And always from the very beginning, reaching out to manufacturers, talking to manufacturers, learning and seeking, and always looking for places where I think they should be, that they're not there today. So always looking forward. So in life, we want to look at data, and data is important to look, and it's important to learn, so you learn things. But I look at data sometimes, and it's like looking at the rearview mirror. And if you want to go forward in life, it's like looking through the windshield, so you can see forward. And forward, I thought there'd be opportunities to be in Stewart, and I pushed hard for that. I mean, there'll be opportunities to be in Doral, and I thought about that. I thought there was opportunities in Jacksonville, and I thought about that, and Chicago, and vice versa. And those are the things that we have done. And throughout our 24 years, we've had steady growth. We've invested. I have 2 founding partners with me, Alex Andreos and Rick Barraza. We started from the beginning. Rick and I go back 44 years working together. And Alex, 28 years, and doing that. And then my son joined us. Mario Jr. now has 17 years working with us.
Wow.
So it's been an awesome journey. And like that, I have many people that are around. Myra, my assistant, 23 years. So we have built an organization and a team that today we have over 1,900 employees. So we look at it, and we're responsible for 4 people per household. So we're almost 8,000 people that what our decisions that we do and our actions will reflect on all of them. So we've grown. Fast forward over the years, now we're in 5 different states, 7 different campuses, 30 franchise stores that we have, and proud to do that. And it's all with the same plan. I always tell people, I said, I can tell you my plan. It's all about the execution, and life is about the execution.
Wait a minute, I want to ask him, because I'm very impressed. Sometimes you start with founding partners, like you said, and you break up along the way, but it seems to me that you have been steady and you have that type of connection from day one, that you've all worked together and respected each other, that the business has become a family. And
Absolutely. I would tell you in one word, I love my partners.
part of the big success that you have.
Absolutely. In life, you can't be an island. and you can't do it yourself.
Right.
You need
Absolutely.
you need individuals to help you, and along with my partners, it's also great teams that they help build,
Right.
that they help develop, that they help nurture continuously. And aside from that, it's also all of us have the desire to always learn. So if you have an open mind and you have the appetite to learn, that's how you improve. The day you quit learning, it's kind of the last day that you're able to do. And then on top of that, we all have different mentors. So I think we elect some mentors because we read a book, or we get to meet, or we go to a conference, or we meet people in our lives. And I will tell you that also in my business, I have met the most beautiful, wonderful people in our business as well. And I'm always grateful about that. It's a lot of my friends are manufacturers, OEM. A lot of my friends are customers that have bought from me, and they turn from customers to clients to great friends.
Isn't that wonderful?
Wow.
That is
That's
wonderful.
wonderful. So having said that, how would you define leadership, and what leadership principles have you guided you in building your organization today?
Sure.
Oh, that's very
Yeah. Look, when I think about leadership, it's really, it starts with you. Set the example. I would tell you that the biggest thing that I tell leaders all the time, I said, your actions are the most important things. People still learn just like they did when they were a kid. You can't tell a kid one thing and do something else. So they have to see your
That's so
actions through that. If your actions are indicative of what you say, then there's not a problem. If your actions are different than what you say, there, I always say, be there with them. Be there in the trenches with them. Be there at the good moments. Be there in the tough moments. Be there in the difficulty, and lead them. Show them the life. Show them that we can do certain things. Show them that we can accomplish. The examples you set today are setting the seeds for the future growth.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, Giving back seems to be a big part of your story. Why is community involvement important to you, and how is it shaped your legacy?
It's a great question. So early on, I really have to go back to my father and my mother always teaching me gratitude. I have to go back to certain teachers that I had early on in my life who believed in me, who taught me things. I have to go back to my pastor who taught me, never to hate. When you hate, you're taking away from yourself. You're depriving yourself, your energy, your enthusiasm, your positivity.
That's so true.
So I think all those things are components of many things. And our business, very simply, when you take a look at it, I learned a long time ago, I'm not selling to someone in Illinois from Miami. I'm not selling to someone in Jacksonville from Miami. I'm selling locally. So to be part of the tapestry, to be part of the claw of this great community is something very special.
Yeah.
And you give back to the community that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You give your time and you give your treasure. I never join a board that I don't see it, that I want to be the chairman of it. And I say that not because I need to be the chairman of it. I say it because my intent has to be that I want so bad and I want to help it so much that I'm willing to go be the leader for it. And when you think like that, it's very simple to move forward and do things that I think are the right things there. I've been blessed to learn, work around great people on boards. I've been blessed to learn and work and grow institutions. I've been blessed to say, hey, what are the things that you want to work on? That I think a good board starts with governance. And then I always start by saying, I want to leave it better than where. And the first place that I want to leave it better is with a better board. And I always say, so how do we always look to see how we improve the board? So when I'm gone, they go to another place, whether it be YPO, whether it be St. Thomas University as a trustee, whether it be FIU as a board member, whether it be now as chairman of Casa Cuba at FIU, whether it be Nicholas Children's Hospital.
So you've been a sitting board member to all of that.
Board and chairman of the boards and many of them. So those are all things that I think are important. And I've been blessed to be able to do that and to give back in many different ways with your time, with your treasure, and really important is really with your people.
Yeah, your
When
people.
our people say, hey, I want to go help this, they're part of that. So it would be the toy drive that we do on an annual basis and different things that we've done all throughout the years for many years. So we've done, let's say the toy drive here, 23 years.
But I think you also give with your heart.
Oh, yeah.
Because your heart is everywhere. I wanted to ask you the American dream. We all have this idea. Sometimes it's just, the nice house with a white picket fence. It's a big dream. Some people have bigger dreams. What is your version? What is your...
First of all, it goes back to the opportunity to live here is a gift. And
It's a great country.
absolutely. It's the greatest country in the world. It's the greatest country. I can
No
tell you
doubt.
that I could never have done the things that I have done where I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Mhm.
I can tell you that I could have studied. I could have been the best doctor. I could have been the best engineer. I could have been the best attorney. I could have been the best accountant. I could have been the best mechanic. Anything. I could never have achieved what I've achieved here. I can tell you that this is a country that opens its doors. I can tell you that people here, when they come here as an immigrant, they are grateful. Not only are they grateful, they believe in the American dream being alive. I sometimes tell friends that are here, that are American, that said, you need to take a step back, you need to reflect and see, and you need to believe in the American dream. We look way too often to think about the grass is greener somewhere else.
That's true.
And I will share this with you.
That's
The
true.
grass is green wherever you stand. Wherever you sit down, wherever you want to fertilize, and you want to water, you can make it green. You can make this country great. And I don't want to touch politics or see politics in this conversation with you, but I do believe something. I do believe there's nothing wrong with making this great country even greater.
Absolutely.
By making it greater, it can do more.
I believe it.
And I tell folks, I said, again, nothing against today, my Japanese friends, nothing against today, my German friends, because they were not the ones that were there in World War II. But I can tell you this. Countries go to war, countries have issues, and they normally go for several things, either resources, either food, oil, and many other things. America has gone to war, never for nothing, except for freedom.
Wow.
And when
That's
America
true.
has fought, if it wasn't for America, Europe today would be a different story.
Yes, sir.
The entire Pacific would be a different story. And either we sprechen Deutsch or Arigato.
Obrigado.
But today, America, when they did that, all they asked for was a little piece of land so they can bury their debt. And they pay for it, either buying it or renting in perpetuity. Go visit Normandy one day. Go walk to Hallebrown. See those cliffs. See where those young boys who got up to vote to go out there to fight for the freedom of Europe. It wasn't for the freedom of America, freedom of Europe. So I'm forever grateful. I love French. I love Italy. I love them. They're all great. But don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm telling you, you're right. So along the way, in order to get to your triumph, obviously there have been many challenges and many dark nights. And I see that you like to get up in the morning very early, so you're welcome when that sun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Share with us some of the huge challenges that you've had that you care to share with us.
There's been multiple challenges. So let me, starting early in my career, prime was at 21. So imagine you're going to buy a car, you're paying 21%.
You imagine? That's
20,
true.
21%.
That's true. It was very high.
Imagine taxes. They got as high as almost 87%. Federal taxes on it. So imagine those things. Imagine school pricing today is where they were. So I wanted to go to the University of Miami, and I got accepted it. And it was only $5,600, but $5,600 then was a lot of money. So I was happy to go to Miami-Dade and proud.
It's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful college.
Proud to be there and proud to be celebrated in 2011 as a, honored. So it's there's a multitude of challenges, but I tell people this: take the word frustration out of your vocabulary, take the word of difficulties out of your vocabulary, and turn everything into opportunities. And then take the impossible and take the eye out so you make it possible. And you take the word attitude and you say, let me give it a point for what A is, T, and take a look at it. They all sum to 100%. And if you give 100% every single day,
there you go,
and you apply your efforts,
there you go,
you can get your results. And if you're relentless in that pursuit, you can achieve that.
I know.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So no, wait a minute, because you've answered as you go along, but for the young people, for that immigrant that comes to this country with that dream, what do you suggest, even though you have already given us so many wonderful...
Thank you. So let me share with you. Respect's the first step. Have great respect for this country. Have great respect for the law. Have great respect for everyone. Learn the language. speak the language,
Mm.
feel the language,
Mhm.
fall in love with America, fall in love with all that it has. It's good, it's bad, it's differences, because you'll grow. As you grow, you'll grow fonder. You'll feel happier. And embrace it in a way that you can make America better, that you become part of America. And becoming part of America, America in turn will get richer.
Wow. Thank you, Mari.
Thank you so much.
This
It
has
has been so much
a great experience
and
Yeah.
fun and interesting. Yeah.
Podcast. Ladies, stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Don't forget to subscribe. Mari.Trilogy at YouTube and Mari.Trilogy at Instagram. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mario.
Thank you so much. This has been wonderful.
Gracias.